aqui. Você vai, qual ele?
Hi there. I don't know what day it is today in the sequence that I was counting. You know, I was counting from day 1, 2, 3 until 10. That's when we ended our class, but I've been here in Mombasa still waiting for my CDC and STCW certificates, which has proven to be an uphill task to get them. But finally there is light at the end of the tunnel. So the process began on Wednesday. On Wednesday I went to their offices, presented my case, and I went around what time? 11, I think? Yes, 11. And then I stayed there until around 12:20. And they break for lunch from 12:30 to 2 p.m. So I was told, go and then come back at 2. And so I went. And I have never been to a place called Docks. So when you come to Mombasa, there's a place, you hear them saying Docks, 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 Docks. And I decided it's not far from the KMA office. Let me stroll down and check it out. I went, and actually there's nothing interesting. If you're not going there for work, do not go there. Why? It was around 12:30, 35, and the sun was smack in the middle, like on top of us, and it was hot. So I decided to seek shelter under a tree. Now there's when you're going to Docks, there's a petrol station, and on this side there is a place with trees. A big mistake. Some few minutes later, some police came in a cruiser, and without any questions, we were bundled in the cruiser. In a short while, we were in a cell, and we were not booked. Why? Because this was an illegal arrest. They were just looking for quick lunch, and they didn't tell us anything. Yeah, they just told us, call some people, call them, and then what? They didn't book us for any crime. They didn't officially, they just took our names. No ID, no phone number, no nothing, because as I said, an illegal arrest, looking for a quick lunch. I didn't want to trouble anyone. The one call I made, the phone did not go through. So we were thrown in a cell, told to remove our belts, one shoe, put all our belongings in a safe, and we were put in a cell. Now in the cell we found one guy who was charged for manslaughter. He is yet to be arraigned in court, and we stayed there. No one is telling us anything. So we stayed there until around what time? 4. At 4, there's this lady, not in uniform. She was not in uniform. I highly doubt she's a police officer. She came and told us, you know what? Cash bail is 1,000. For what crime? You didn't tell us why we were bundled, why we were there in the first place, why we were not booked, and for what crime we were being charged. And they did one mistake. I didn't have money on me. I didn't have cash, and they said, we'll give you your phones so that you can make some phone calls and get the cash bail. So the one call I made that never went through, I wanted to ask for guidance if I should pay this cash bill, because it was unwarranted for. It was illegal. It was just some police officers in the police station, Kilindini police station, looking for lunch. Why should we? Are they not paid enough? Why should we be the ones buying them lunch? So I wanted to make this phone call and notify this person where I am, and if I should pay this and the way forward, because I knew they would have followed it up. But sadly, that phone call never went through. I called another person who referred me to someone else. Also that didn't help. So I strolled. I knew I could get the money, but I strolled. I took pictures. We took pictures of the cell, and I was making fun actually, because at one point I was at KMA chasing documents, and they had given me an appointment to go back at 2, and here I am in a cell, and then it was the first day of February, and February is my birthday month, so I was just laughing at all this, and I was calm. I was not tensed, I was calm, and only less than 5 people know I was in jail. I didn't want to tell anyone. Until you're seeing this video, you will not know. Yeah. So I paid, and then I didn't want to sleep there because this one phone call did not go through. So I would be in trouble, and I would be eaten by mosquitoes. At around, yes, this side light is better. At around 6, that's when we were released, and by then the KMA offices were closed, and I just went and chilled by the Mamangina at Mamangina there, the waterfront. I just went there, relaxed. I was super angry. I don't know, I was mad, I was angry, I was furious. Yeah, why did we have to buy a bunch of police officers lunch? And I stayed there for a while, and then I decided to head home to my host. All this time I would have called her, but I did not want to, because I did not want to trouble her. And I even forgot to update her that I would be coming late. I was so mad. I went, got home, showered, and slept. I actually didn't even eat because I was so angry. Yes, that was on a Wednesday. Yesterday was on a Thursday. I went back to those offices, and by sheer luck, there's a lady who came. Her documents were the details of her documents were keyed in incorrectly, and it gave her trouble, because if your Seaman book or the CDC does not match with your passport, you're in big trouble, or the names are not the same. So it had happened 3 times. So this was the third CDC she was getting, because they had messed her up 2 times. Now she came guns blazing. She was not the one to calm down, and we were just there. I wanted to record a video of the whole scene, because it was a hell of a scene, and it was a good scene, because this is a person who was standing up for herself, because one, you are paying for these certificates and the CDC, and it is not cheap, and 2, the KMA staff were not at all helping. They were telling her, you should make a formal complaint, but there is one lady who said, even if you make a formal complaint, nothing will happen. So nothing happens there, even if you make a formal complaint. Yeah, so she made a scene, and she was assisted, and she went, and I felt her pain, because one, she was coming from Narok, so you have to come from Narok to Nairobi, from Nairobi to Mombasa, and then you have to sleep. You are incurring expenses, because even if you had your own car, you have to fuel it, so you have to put that into consideration. So that also didn't help, because I think that office, there are only how many people? 5 or 4. The desks were empty. But shout out to David. David is a good guy. He's calm, he helps you, he's very calm. So he should, I'll be nominating him for customer service week if he'll still be at KMA. So he helped us, those who were there, and he told me, you know what, Meshach, as you can see, and I saw, the person who was in charge was not there. So I was told to come on a Friday early morning. Now today we are currently on a Friday. I went there and I checked in at 9:15. So on Wednesday I didn't check out, so I had to go and make sure I checked out, because this checking in and checking out, it can save you a lot from if you are caught in a suspect in a case, and then you have to prove where you are at that time. So I had to sign out. So the officer asked me, so you did not leave the office, eh? You slept here, so if something was to get lost, we would look for you first because you did not sign out. So that is the first thing I did. I signed out and I waited and waited. So all this time David is alone. He is the receptionist. He's the one handling medical certificates, giving out forms, and also he's dealing with the printing. I felt for him. For once I wanted to volunteer to help in the administrative work. And then it got to 11:35. The lady who was supposed to be doing the work that David was doubling, that's when she came. Very quiet, very humbled, very guilty. And she sat there. First they start chatting. Next she's looking at her phone and then checking emails. And David had already started the process of keying in my details. Also, all that was remaining was printing and it being signed, which they told me to come at 2 p.m. So currently it's about 1. So I left there at 12:18, and I did not want to go back to docs. So I came to the school, chat with the pool attendants, and then we chilled there for a while. And I decided, you know what, let me come and make this video. So at least I left them having completed keying in all my details. At least I saw them being saved. Now all that was remaining was to print and to get signed, and that is why I did not want to go anywhere else. So I came to the school to chill and then wait for 2 to clock in and then go back, and hopefully they'll have been signed and I will leave happy and I'll be back in Nairobi. Honestly speaking, I am tired of this place. I've been here from 3rd, and today is on 3rd. That is a whole month. You're spending money is not coming in. Yeah, so I can't wait to go back to Nairobi, and I will leave soonest. If I get them today, I am booking a bus tonight and I'll be out of here. Yeah, so this is a continuation of this whole process, what goes down and what is not said and what is not shared. Another thing, the school has been on a rotation. People are on rotation, no resting. It's like a factory. They have to keep in bringing new students, training, and I doubt the quality of training. Not that it is bad, but it is diminishing. You know, also the trainers are tired. They are worn out. You've been like a robot. And I made an inquiry to a South African institute about the STCW, and then I explained what I've been going through here and with the KMA, and they were quite responsive. Another thing, the phone numbers that are on the website, that are on the brochure, they don't go through. They go through, but they're not picked. Customer service at the lowest. So yeah, those are some of the challenges that you should expect and you should be aware of. Yeah, so it is better if you are here, go there, camp there until you are attended, and then you leave. I decided I'm not leaving without those documents, because one thing, they are printed in-house. They are printed in-house. Another observation I made, and David made it clear, was that they had ran out of the CDC booklets, and they were expecting a shipment from Nairobi. Good thing the shipment came when I saw, so there's no one telling me that we don't have books to print, because the poster guys delivered them as I was there, because I got there early even than some of the employees. Yeah, so I thought I should put that out there as a continuation of this whole process. But so far so good. Let's see what transpires. So I'll keep you updated when I get it, and in how long. I've not fixed my watch. I've not found a watchmaker with those straps, so it's now 15 minutes past 1. Now I have another 45 minutes to kill before I go back, and I see what happens. Yeah, so that is it, and see you some minutes past 2.